Hey, congratulations on saving that 5,000 bucks. It's not an easy task, I know it. But now what? So in this video, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna help you find the absolute best places to put that $5,000 to make sure that it doesn't go to waste, to make sure you don't go spend it on foolish, frivolous things that do nothing for your future. But that $5,000 can become the start to your future wealth. So you got 5 grand. What's the first thing that you could do? Well, if I'm really looking at it, when I saved 5 grand, if I had known what I know now, I would have started my first infinite banking policy. And I also would have learned about the infinite banking concept, and I would have started applying that. All the things I bought with that 5 grand would have all run through my infinite banking policy, which is a specially designed and engineered whole life. Because depending on whatever age you are, this is the right time to do it. You need to build that foundation. The infinite banking concept is nothing more than a process. It's a process of you taking back the banking functions in your life. But to do that process, we need to put our money somewhere, because you can't take back the banking functions in your life if you don't have money. But the good news is you got 5 grand. So that's where I would put it. I would start that policy for 5 grand, and I would begin the process of being my own bank. The second thing you should do, now that you got 5 grand, is figure out how you were able to save that. Like, think about this. How did you get the 5 grand? What did you do? I know this is a silly question, but this is where it all starts. Can you duplicate that? Can you mimic what you did for this 5 grand and do another 5 grand? And the second 5 grand will happen faster than the first, because now you know how to do it. Now, if we just build a habit and we start repeating and doing it over and over again, you will then begin to build the cycle. And that cycle will repeat over and over again. Now, come on, how many of you have ever heard that saving your first $1 million is the hardest? Well, I will speak from truth, it is. That first million is a son of a beep. You get the point. But once you save $1 million, the next million, way easier. Now, we're talking about 5 grand here, but it's no different for $1 million. It's probably no different for 10 million. I'll let you know when I get there. But for right now, we're just talking about your 5 grand. You got here. Now, duplicate it again. And every single time you start thinking about how you got this 5 grand, remember the first thing I told you to do is put it into your own banking system, that specially designed and engineered whole life. Because now that 5 grand can earn uninterrupted compound interest. So the next 5 grand, as long as run through your banking policy, now it won't have to be as difficult, because now you'll have compound interest working on that first 5 grand, and that's going to help the second 5 grand go much quicker. But you need to be able to continue this cycle so that you can do it again. Well, until you figure that out, well, I guess it's just going to be the same difficult process it was for the first 5 grand. The other thing, number 3, that you really should understand is growth opportunities. You got 5 grand. You do have some opportunities on how to make that 5 grand grow. Let me give you one. Remember, we want all of it to go into your infinite banking policy first. But where it goes after that, that's up to you. Now, you got 5 grand. You saved it. Let's look on the other side of the coin, the other page. Do you have any credit card debts? You do. How much? $5,000 worth? Okay. What's the interest rate you're paying on those credit cards? Now, just look at the statement. 29%? Really? And most people are paying between 10 and 29 anyway, so that's about normal. And what's your monthly payment on those credit cards? $100 a month. Great. Let's do this. Let's put the money in that infinite banking policy. Let's then take that money out. We'll take a loan against your death benefit and use your cash value as collateral. Now you're earning interest on that $5,000, even though you took the $5,000 out. And what we're going to do is we're going to pay off that $5,000 credit card. Do you understand? So we started with 5 grand, but we put it into that specially designed whole life, that infinite banking policy. So now that 5 grand is going to earn interest and dividends for the rest of your life. But now we have access to take that money out, and we're going to take that money out and we're going to pay off that credit card. Great. Now you know what's going on. Your money, the 5 grand initially, is still earning interest and dividends. And now you just paid off a credit card that you were paying 29.99% interest on and giving $100 a month away. So let's go one step further. Take that $100 a month you were giving to the credit card that we just paid off and pay that back to your infinite banking policy. What you're now doing is you're repaying the loan you took out against your death benefit, and now you no longer owe that credit card. So how much money are you making right now? Well, you're making the interest and dividends on the first $5,000 because that money never left your account, but you were able to use the $5,000 to pay off the credit card, and that credit card was costing you 29% and change, and now you're paying the $100 that you used to give to the credit card back to your policy, which is effectively your new banking system. How much are you making? You're making 29.99% because you're recapturing and recycling the interest that you used to give away. It's the same thing. You're making money twice. Now do you see how fast this can start going? So now you got the $5,000 in the policy. Now you got the $100 a month going back into the policy every single year, repaying that $5,000 you took out. Now, let's keep going. You see, this is how it works. This is how you will continue to build future wealth. But in the beginning, I got some bad news. It's going to be kind of slow. It's going to seem like it's just taking forever to get there. And it always will. It felt like that for me. It probably felt like that for Warren Buffett. I'm sure it felt like that for Ray Dalio. I'm sure it felt like that for Walt Disney and Ray Kroc and the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers. That first amount is the hardest. And then getting to the next step seems like it takes a long time. But I'm going to tell you something. Some positive reinforcement. It starts going faster and faster. And you can kind of see that because now that 29%, that's going to build pretty quick, isn't it? It is. And you're going to continue to keep working. You're going to continue to keep making money, and you're going to continue to keep doing what you did the first time to save that $5,000. So now you got new monies coming into it. You got the existing money working for you, and you got the existing money working for you twice. These are just simple growth opportunities. Now, once you no longer have any debts, then we can look at some other things. Because all the debts should be paid off first, because those are going to be the biggest thing that are going to rob you of your wealth. Debt always is, especially credit cards. Once all those are gone, and you're like, all right, I got all this money, and now my $5,000 has grown to 10. Now what do I do? Great. Let's look at some other fun things. This is 2023. We're in a recession, and we're going to get deeper and deeper into it. So what's going to happen? Things are going to get cheaper. So as the stocks keep getting cheaper, you could keep taking some of that $10,000. You could dollar cost average into growth opportunities like stocks. But you want to buy low, and you don't want to go all in all at once. So slowly start taking that money and buying into stocks. Pick ones that you know, like, and understand. Pick companies that you know, like, and understand. Do your due diligence. See, this is understanding those growth opportunities, but it's also understanding how to take advantage of those growth opportunities. You could set it and forget it. Pick the stocks that you really like or the investments that you really like. And then in your brokerage account that you just moved some of that money from your infinite banking policy, have it so that every single week or every single month, X amount of dollars, maybe 5% a week or 4% a week, whatever number you want, buys into that stock. And it just systematically keeps doing this. You might get a fraction of a share each time. You might get a full share each time, whatever amount it is. And now all of a sudden, as the markets go down, 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 you're buying in lower and lower and lower. Then when it comes back up, understand the growth opportunity there. You got to pick a point at which you have made enough profit. Is it 10%? Is it 20%? Are you going to ride this out and hold it for the long haul? Well, how long is that? 5 years? Great. Reassess it in 5 years. But always set rules for your investments. These are the important things that are often missed. Now, again, I know we're just at the start. We just saved our first $5,000, but it's no different than just saving your first $1 million. It's the same steps. It's the same things. Just add zeros. So because you saved $5,000, we got to turn it into 10. Then we got to turn that 10 into 20, and that 20 into 30, and that 30 into 100, and that 100 into 150, and that 150 into 200. Do you see what I'm saying? It's going to go faster and faster and faster. And a large part of why that's going to happen is because you've learned how to, and because you're tapping into compound interest. And compound interest, as Albert Einstein says it, is one of the most powerful things in the financial universe. He said, those that understand it, earn it. You're now earning it. Don't fall back into the old you where all you did is spent all the money because you bought frivolous things to impress people that don't matter and to impress people that don't even care about you. So there's a lot more that you'll need to learn about the infinite banking concept and how those specially designed and engineered whole lives work, but that's good news. I've got tons of videos on my YouTube channel that you're watching right now. So why don't you do yourself a favor, go down and click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Click that subscribe button, and then right up here there's a little bell. Smash that bell so you're notified every single time I put a new video up. So that way you can start diving in, you can start learning, and what you did to make that first 5,000, the more you learn and the more you apply, the faster the next 5,000 is going to happen. So let's start with this video right here. Check it out. How much money do I need to get started in the infinite banking concept? That'd be a good starting point, right? Great. Well, thank you for joining me for this. See you on the next one.